asking for a friend on the Morning Hustle. We're asking for a friend on the Morning Hustle.
All right, Morning Hustle, we asking for a friend. We got Dwayne on the line. What's up?
Man, I got a little situation with a partner of mine, man. I'm trying to help him out. Pretty much, man, my buddy, he's been married for like 8 years, right?
Right.
Him and his wife have a couple of kids. To be real, I think the kids are the only reason he's not leaving her, man. On the side, he's complaining to me about her, how she's lazy and unmotivated. And he's saying she gets mad real easy. On top of all of that, man, she cheated on him a couple years ago.
Dwayne, your friend gotta want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he is so, like, P-whipped to where, like, she could go and do whatever she wants on, spend all the money, and just keep him under her thumb, he has to want to get out of that situation.
Well, let's see what the hustlers think.
866-HUSTLE-8, 866-487-8538. Dwayne is trying to save his friend from an abusive marriage. He ain't getting beat, but he getting beat.
We are the Morning Hustle.
He needs some help, man. So, Hustlers, what do you say? AJ and Waldorf, what up?
Truth be told, I feel like he should just start to put a plan together. I mean, it's rough that he got to go through it like that, but the hardest thing is just building a plan. A lot of people think it's hard to start over, but I think it can be done.
I appreciate your call, man. AJ and Uncle Ugly, what's going on in Rolling Rapids?
Man, tell that dude, man, let that girl go, bro. He got to leave us, man. She's going to keep on doing the same thing, man.
But it's not so easy as just letting her go. It's just not like some rando is his wife. They got kids together, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not easy. It's just like, all right, see you later.
And it's not even his say. This is just a friend in need. And he's putting a lot of burden on our guy here because every time he's stressed, he's calling his friend and putting all the stress off on his friend. So I think the real conversation, because you can guide somebody into thinking what you should do, but the real conversation is, bro, I love to help you and I don't mind being the shoulder to cry on, but it's starting to affect me,
Right. Yeah, because you care, because that's your friend, you know what I mean? And, we're willing to do everything possible except counseling or talk to other people who are, qualified therapists. Well, I mean, we call ourselves, trichologists.
Yeah, we talk to our friends, and we talk to our friends like they're therapists and psychologists, but, in hindsight, sometimes you need somebody that can help you just a little bit more, Mm-hmm. And then it'll take the burden off both your friend and yourself because the therapist could help you more and your friend will get relieved of the stress and then you could talk to them about how you're working through things instead of just the frustrations that you're going through at home.
True. And he probably doesn't even talk to his wife that much about the situation. And that is the source of the matter. And that's where some of that therapy and that counseling comes in. But, more of your calls on the way. Hit us up, 866-HUSTLE-8, 866-487-8538. He feels his friend is in a failing marriage, and he wants to help him get out. But how can he do that, without, getting too intertwined? We asking for a friend. Mika in Chattanooga, what's going on, sis?
I think Dwayne needs a divorce, go to counseling, or something, because this is a mess, a terrible mess, and I don't even understand why he putting up with this BS.
For those who are missing it, Dwayne is actually the friend who's trying to help the friend, but I digress. Jay Official in Sanford, NC, what up?
I kind of on the other guy's side, the victim side, man, because I'm kind of dealing with the same thing. But what I had to tell myself is, the kids do come first, and maybe that guy has a character in his city where you don't want to be that bad guy. You don't want to be that guy that leads. You know what I'm saying? He might be a wholesome guy, a community guy where, even though he's worried about himself, he's worried about how others think of him. And that's how I am in the situation. It's hard to come home to somebody that don't take care of the things. You don't want to just say that's a woman's job, but at the same time, when you going out and you making the money, putting food in the house, you want to come home to a little freedom for us, like a home-cooked meal, feeling love. And that's just where I'm at with it. So, I can see where he's coming from, man, and it's a hard situation.
Headcrack, have you ever done any kind of marriage counseling before or during your marriage?
Nah, before I got married, you do that, I guess, obligatory, marriage counseling beforehand.
Right.
Hey, you sure this is what y'all want to do? But not beyond that, you know what I'm saying? We just talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we could probably still talk more because I'm still probably like Dwayne's friend where, any, gripes or complaints, I tell it, my barber or just
really?
strangers in the street.
But why do y'all do that instead of talking to the person you have the issue with?
Because sometimes it's about, like, trying to find the right approach, because not everybody always wants the truth. And then sometimes you have to bounce things off of people just to make sure you're not overreacting or you're not the crazy one. But not as far going as Dwayne's friend is, where, like, you feel like you're a hostage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that's the case. But, sometimes you just want to get a second opinion just to make sure you're not overreacting,
Right. I just wish that we would turn to professionals when, because of course a friend to talk to, that's always an amazing thing. But sometimes we need a little bit more than a friend. And I know some people can't even, some people can't afford those kind of things. But, churches and things like that, they have counselors there that can even help you with your marriage and things of that nature. Sometimes we just need somebody that just knows a little bit more than our friend.
Yeah, even people that work at churches, the restaurant, they're pretty qualified over there. Cause they deal with people
I don't
from
believe
all
so.
walks of life.
They can give you comfort food. They can give you comfort food.
Let me get 2 of those biscuits and some honey, please, and thank you.
Yum.
What advice would you give if you was Dwayne? What up?
I think that he should leave her alone. Because let me tell you, women be out here complaining about it's not no good men and then get one and do stuff like this. Okay? And I'm telling you, kids don't keep no man around. So, sir, go find somebody to appreciate you. Because life is too short.
And I get it. Maybe some things aren't going to work out. But you got to remember, like, just a lot of people are willing to quit nowadays. Things take work, anything. And when you want your career, you want your body to look right, you want your relationship to be tight, you have to work at it. Just walking away is not the answer all the time. You're going to walk into another bad situation and then be complaining about that one. Solve your problems before you just, like, try to walk away from something.
Yeah, we as a society have normalized divorce so much that, we treat it like it's just as simple as, like, changing your, like, social media handle or avatar.
Yeah.
You really got to sometimes lean into it, and then also make sure that, you're not the problem, because sometimes people have a character archetype that they fall in love with or that they pursue. So let's just say if you're, like, dating somebody or you're married to somebody who is, like, dominating you in every aspect of the relationship, and you feel like, oh man, I hate it here. But then you go out and find that same exact person, but just in another body type. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you're not making bad choices overall, so you don't end up in the same situation. So we'll continue this conversation later on this morning. Appreciate the hustlers for tapping in. Drop a comment off on the Morning Hustle Show IG. And let's get ready for the lowdown, shall we? What we talking about?
We are the Morning Hustle.